Hello there, my name is HW, and sometimes you don't know what to play at the front of a YouTube video. Today we're talking about building your own drives on the Kemper. Welcome to the party. Bring your own drive, BYOD, bring your own drive. What if we didn't shoot for any overdrive out there existed? What if we just made our own according to our own ear, according to what we wanted? Now, we've visited this in theory before when we've talked about recreating the King of Tone or the Klon. We've done those videos before. Check out the description. There's links in the description. What if we just got drives that we thought were cool? Or what if we just took the existing drives and went another direction? Thus, BYOD, build your own drives. Okay, here's that twin reverb. It sounds beautiful. It sounds luscious. It sounds great. It's beautiful. That's a great profile. That's a beautiful. It's actually the 65 Twin Reverb VB1 profile, which is in the 65 Twin Reverb pack, but I've renamed this Build Your Own Drive because I've switched some effects around and done some stuff. I actually have the EQ here and here from the last video, which was how to make your single coil sound real fat. So check that out. Now, with that same fatness, we're talking about this. That is just adding some mid-range, taking away a little bit of high-end, just making it a little fatter. You put some gain after that, and you got a real something going. Clean, it doesn't quite have the same magic. But let's try the mouse OD, okay? And let's see how that sounds. Now, I've got the mouse as polite as the mouse gets, but it's not a polite drive. 0 on the drive, 1.5 on the tone, 100 on the mix. Check it out. Okay, very cool, very nice. Let's put on that mid-rangey drive after it. Very cool. It's more drivey, it's more cutting, it's more focused, megaphony, it's mid-rangey, it's what it is. But let's try to do something different up front, okay? What am I doing here with this EQ? I'm actually, here's what I'm noticing about this drive. If I were to characterize this drive with just the mouse on by itself. It's bright, it's snarly, it's not the fattest thing in the world. Is that gonna cut the mix well? I don't know. So let me turn on an EQ in front. Now what I'm doing with this EQ, let's go bass to high, right? We talked about this prior, we talked about looking at this graphic EQ as deep, bass, fullness, low mids, high mids, treble, presence, and air. So what am I doing here? I'm not adding in any deeps. But I do want to add in a little bit of low-end just bass, right? I'm actually leaving the fullness at about 0 or cutting it just slightly. This is going to give me almost a Marshall-esque drive where we don't have this huge fullness. We have a relative scoop in some of the low mids and the fullness, but we have a strong bass. That's what separates like a Tweedy sound from a Marshall. Not as much fullness, not as much low-end mid-range. But what we lack in low-end mid-range, because I'm cutting fullness just slightly, about 1 decibel. I'm coming up here. High mids, I'm boosting up 4. So very Marshall-esque in how those lows are going to dip down in those low mids and then come up in the high mid-range. Then I'm going to roll off some treble. I'm rolling off about 4 on the treble because this is a very bright drive. I'm rolling off about 2 decibels on the presence, and my air, I'm not doing anything to it. We can adjust air to our ear later. To me, the air parameter here, or the 10,000 hertz, you know, what it pulls down there, the Q that it's set to, it's really most effective depending on the speaker you're listening through. I am, of course, going through this this beautiful Kemper cabinet, and it is absolutely my favorite cabinet that's out there. British Audio has some. They're good friends of mine, and they're good dudes. And I don't make anything off these cabinets, but if you want to pick one up, I know they just got some in. Check them out. They always are getting them in. They're always getting them in because they're flying off the shelves. People want these cabinets, and they can't keep them in stock. So check these out. They're excellent. These are the best FRFR things I've run into, at least for the Kemper. They really just match it. I swear my profiles sound better. Like better than even the Friedman that I shot them, on, or with. But anyway, okay, enough about that. Let's listen here. Let's listen to what that's doing to the drive. Now we've got this mid-range. We're almost going for a Marshall-esque low, take out some of that fullness, come up for some high mids, and then we're actually rolling off a little bit of that high end to not let it be so bright. And here's how that sounds. Man, I'll tell you, to me, that's cool. And let's hear it off now. Very different vibe. Man, I'll tell you, there's some overdrives on the market that claim to sound like a Marshall, super lead or super bass or something that aren't that Marshall-y. That's not overtly Marshall-y, but it does a cool, that's a cool lead sound. That is a cool sound. Woo-hoo-hoo! Man, that's some tone right there. Hello! The video didn't pause. I'm still here. I'm absolutely speechless. That is, if I had captured that sound through some overdrives, through an amp, I'd be like, whoa! Now look, I'm not selling you anything here. I'm not, sometimes people get on these comments. Oh, this HW guy never shuts up. Oh, this HW guy, oh, he's so annoying. Oh, he's just talking about the Kemper again. But look, this is a free download, okay? I just showed you what to do. You take any clean profile, all right? It doesn't have to be this one. This one sounds like this. It just sounds like it just sounds like a Fender. Go get a free whatever. I got stuff in the free pack. Man, it'll work with this. But then you just get on here, you get this mouse, you just dial it into 0 and 1.5. You get what I'm saying? Then you come in the EQ here. Bada bing, bada boom. You take off a little treble, put in some high mids, get a little bass, cut that fullness. You got a tone stew going, man. It doesn't matter what you play, it's always going to sound good. It's always going to sound good. No, it's not. No, it's not. You have to play the right notes, but the tone will always be there. HW, what you smoking, man? Nothing. Tone. Smoking tone, baby. Smoking the tone, baby. Uncle Willie. That's it. That's it. That's it. If you've liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. HW, enough with the faces. Get to the tone. All right. All right. Leave me the feedback. Go ahead. Put it in the comments below. I've been HW. Thank you so much for listening. Build your own drive. Build your own drive. Share it with the community. Go grab a free Tone Junkie profile. Build your own drive. Go put it on a Facebook group. Go post it in the group on the message board, the Kemper forum. Post it in the new Kemper Tips and Tricks Facebook page that Tone Junkie started. That's there to answer your questions and break down some tips and tricks stuff, and just get on there. Share your best BYOD. Try to match a pedal. So many of us are at home right now. Why don't we just match some pedals? Why don't we come up with some cool drives? Mention the guitar you're using. Build your own drive. Who's going to build the best drive? That should be a contest. Should we make that a contest? Okay, don't worry. I'm going to work on some graphics. We're going to make that into a contest. You better get working now. We're going to have prizes, okay? Build your own drive. The Twin Reverb, build your own drive. Maybe everybody download this thing. Oh, now I got an idea. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Maybe, this is going to be good. Stay tuned. I've been HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. HW.